everyone. My name is Feechi. I'm a content writer and pharmacist, and I'm happy to be on this interview with Just Home in Africa.
How did you transition from pharmacy into writing, and what inspired you to start?
Okay, I've always written since I was a child, so just little scribbles here and there, and I've always been a reader. So, around 2020, during the COVID-19 break, I think I was in final year, and everybody was just at home. So I just thought of something I could do to just while away time and all that. And then I got into writing. I just started writing stories on my WhatsApp page, posting them. And then along the line, a mutual contact messaged me. I was like, okay, yeah, you write for a living. Why not start earning from it? I was like, oh, I could earn from writing. And she's like, yes. So she introduced me to this group people go people wrote for some clients, like all these short stories online. And she's like, okay, why not get started with this and start gaining experience? And I was like, sure, okay. So I applied, got into it. That was like a 1 naira per word position. So I got into that, wrote for a while, and then slowly started building up my writing skills from there.
What were some of the challenges you faced while starting out as a writer? How did you overcome them?
The very first one was getting clients, because when I was posting on WhatsApp, at first the 1 naira per word position was looking very nice until the requirements came. I mean, you should write a whole 30,000 words, that is 30,000 naira. And it was eventually it became something I could no longer deal with. So getting clients was really the major concern, because all you will see was people that will pay 1 naira per word or even 0.5 naira per word. So I had to start branching out. That's when I started knowing about social media and how that could really help me finding clients. So I had to start going on LinkedIn, Twitter, even Facebook to start searching for clients, messaging them, cold emails, and all that. So I think finding clients was one of my first challenges, and finding a place that I could get paid for my words and stop all those 1 naira per words and all that. Then I think another challenge I had was putting myself out there. Because as much as I wanted to get clients and all that, there was always this struggle to with how to put your words in such a way that okay, people could actually see that okay, this is what you can do for yourself, and hire you. So I had to get rid of that fear that I had in that okay, what if I'm not good enough? What if there's so many other people out there? So I had to get rid of that fear, and I would just start posting online. However it was just important to get started at least. I think getting clients and putting myself out there were two of the biggest challenges I faced.
What makes a compelling brand story?
Okay, making a compelling brand story is all about first knowing what the brand is all about, and then knowing okay, what's this target audience, what does this brand hope to accomplish with what it's saying. So having a compelling brand story is just all about knowing what the brand is, who they are for, what they are for, and then knowing how to put this into words that actually tells other people, tells the audience, okay, this is what this brand is all about, and this is what we can do to make your life better.
How do you approach writing SEO content that ranks and engages?
Okay, first of all, with writing SEO articles, the first thing I do is actually to like find other content depending on the article I'm writing. Like if I'm writing an article about maybe feminism, I try to go online, look for articles that actually have this pull with what I'm trying to write about. Then read about them, know their key elements. And then from there, I try to find the ranking keywords that these articles have used, which I can use to build my brand. Because the thing with writing is that you have to find a way to be similar to what other people are looking for online, but also find a way to be unique too. So what I do is I go online, read sources that talk about my own topic, what I intend to write about, then pick out the ranking keywords and then use this to now build the base of my work. Then over time, I go to search engines, look at what people are asking questions about, and then use this to get my main keywords that I'm going to be using to write my work.
What's it like ghostwriting for entrepreneurs and leaders?
So I've not really ghostwritten for entrepreneurs per se. I would assume that this is more about telling their brand story, telling what this company or this founders are about, telling their story in such a way that it resonates with the audience they are building from, and then find a way to key in their stories, their found how they got to where they are, and use this to boost my content.
Can you tell us about your book, A Search for Sarah? What inspired it?
Yeah, okay. So I've always loved thrillers. I've always loved writing thrillers, always loved reading thrillers and crime stories. So I think that was in 2020. So I thought, why not just write a story about a Nigerian team story? I think that was around the time where kidnaps were raining and all that. So why not write a story concerning this and then add some twists and some songs around the way? I can't remember the exact book I read. Why not there was a book that inspired me to just why not just pick this up and start writing a crime thriller? So yeah, it was just from my love of writing and reading crime stories. Just had to do something in that regard as well.
How does writing for video differ from blog and book writing?
Okay, so when you're writing a video content, it's more about knowing that okay, this is something that someone is saying. With blogs and the other book writing, and you know that this person is just reading it. So there are certain words that you use in book and blog writing that you don't use in video scripts and all of that, because video script is people are going to be saying these things. So you actually have to make it sound more like they are speaking to someone. The videos has to sound like this is what I'm going to be saying to somebody if they ask me something like this. But with blogs and books, you know that okay, this person is just reading. So you don't really have to go into some setting you don't really have to use some kind of certain words that you would use in videos, because this one is just people are reading it. But with script writing, it's more of this is what people are going to be saying. So there are certain phrases that you would use more often, kind of like in an active voice, that would really differ from book and blog writing. So it's more about the tone.
What's the secret to creating scripts that captivates audiences?
So the goal with that, it's not about writing. For me, when I start writing a script, what I like to start with is an engaging hook, something that really pulls people in, something that evokes an emotion in them. So that's one of the things. And then when you're writing the script, you also have to consider the people you're writing for and the languages you use. You have to use something that actually sticks with that audience. Like if you're writing maybe a script talking about maybe rap music and all that, you have to use certain language that actually resonates with them. You cannot just start using any kind of language. You have to use something that resonates with them and actually speaks to them a lot.
There are lots of social media platforms, but your primary focus is on X. What makes X the ideal choice for you?
X, I just realized that it was a social media platform I really resonated with. And when I was trying to build off WhatsApp, that was like the coaches and the classes I read. Were like, okay, why not try building on X? Because while it's also a place where there's a lot of drama and all that, it's also a place that you can really build your following and meet like-minded people like you. So when I started building on X, it was just more about okay, trying to connect with other writers, which I did a bit. I'm not really say easily, but it was all right, because there were a lot of people also there. A lot of writers were also trying to build on X at the time. So I was like, okay, why not start connecting people on there and just seeing what this platform can bring for me. So I think after a while I got tired, though I think the pressures of my pharmacy life were combating with the social media building. So I had to stop, and then after building my story, I went offline, did other things, decided to build my story. And then I said, okay, why not come back to X and continue building from there, since I already have a platform there. It was not like building from LinkedIn or Instagram. Yeah, I could not really understand what they were doing. And X just seemed like a very easy option. It was just tweets. It was just writing tweets, which was way better than creating video content or creating carousel posts. So I was like, okay, let me just start building on Twitter, where I can just write, just tweet, make threads and all that. So that's the easy option for me.
What advice do you have for aspiring female writers in Africa who want to turn their passion into income?
Okay, the first thing I'll tell them is read a lot, because what really helped me and every other writer that I know is reading. You cannot just say you want to start writing when you've not even read what the people around you are doing. So read a lot, consume a lot of knowledge, consume a lot of information, anything you can just read. Because the thing with reading is that it helps you without even realizing it. It helps you build your skills, it helps you build your knowledge. Because other things that you would not know naturally, you're already knowing them because you're writing. And you will not really notice it till you start putting it into application, into implementation. That okay, yes, this is exactly what I read there, and now I understand it. And aside that, I would also say be open to connecting with other people. Because the thing with writing is that you cannot just sit down and say you want to be a writer and just start making money off it. You have to know how to connect with people. You have to know how to make friends. You have to know how to message people, how to just message someone randomly and like, okay, yes, I see your content, I see what you're doing, and I'm interested in this. Sure, you get a lot of no's, but only one yes can actually change everything for you. And then I would also say, apart from trying to write for people, also try to create knowledge by yourself. If you have something that you're really good at, let's say maybe you have a skill that is a bit underrated, maybe you have something like, you have any kind of skill that's just underrated, why not turn it into a book? And from there, just start making passive income online, because it's not just about writing for clients. You might not always have clients, but if you have something that makes you a bit of passive income, you're already getting there. At least you know that no matter what, you're going to get some money of what you have done.
What are some of the mistakes brands make in their content marketing, and how can they be fixed?
Okay, some mistakes they make is trying to fit in with everybody. With a particular brand, you have to know your target audience. You have to know particular people that you're writing for. You cannot just say that, okay, because you're a tech startup, you're writing for everybody. Everybody's supposed to be into tech. Everybody's supposed to be understanding what you're saying. So you're supposed to have this target audience that, okay, my target audience is this struggling student who wants to find their way, who wants to put their way into tech. And then you walk around that person per se. You have to know that, okay, this is what this person wants. This is what this person's pain points. This is how they would want their issues to be resolved. And they know how to walk around it.
What's one piece of advice you would give to brands looking to improve their storytelling?
Know who you're writing for. I think if you know who you're writing for, it becomes easier. You can just create an image of this is a person that I know that this is who I'm writing for. If you're writing for a busy mom that is trying to juggle a 9 to 5 and a career, you won't tell her the same things they are going to tell a writer or a student who is just struggling to find their path. So you have to know what exactly you're writing for, how to hit them where it hurts them most. Because the thing with people is that since they are moved by emotions per se, you have to know, okay, this is what this person is feeling like. This is how I can hit them and make sure that, okay, yes, I get them and they now want my content. Just find a way that you can just know who your audience is and know how to hit them where it hurts the most, so that they know that, okay, yes, I actually need this brand to help me.
Do you intend to transition fully from pharmacy to writing, or do you plan to balance both careers?
Yes, eventually. Pharmacy is just more like, okay, yes, I studied it in school. So yeah, I have to, after internship and service, you just have to start from somewhere and build up. And since my writing career is not something that I can do full time because it doesn't put the food on my table full time, I have to still consider writing. But as years pass, I'm transitioning into content writing and creation more. So I hope to eventually leave pharmacy and just go into content writing full time.